This time we're going to solve oblique triangles using the law of cosines.
I can't see that far away.
Okay, so let's recall that yesterday we have the different cases that we can use the law of sines. Yesterday we've done the ASA and then AAS for the law of sines. And then SSA was the ambiguous case for the law of sines. So today we'll be dealing with SSS and SAS cases for the law of cosines. So that means if we are given with three sides or two sides and an angle between them, we will use the law of cosines. Just these two cases. We don't have any ambiguous case for law of cosine. So we always have one answer. Go to the law of cosines. For the law of cosines, we only have three equations. Yeah, but it's a long one. But let's look at the equations here. So try to observe this part of the equation. It looks like what? Right, Pythagorean Theorem. It looks like the Pythagorean Theorem. Okay? And these are lowercase, meaning these are sides of the triangle. Okay? If you're looking for A, if you're looking for the side A, you'll use the first equation. Okay? And if you notice, you have A is the missing side on the left. B and C are the two given sides. If B is the missing side, A and C are the two given sides. Okay? If C is missing, the other sides will be A and B and is found on the other side of the equation. Okay? There's actually a pattern in making the equation. Okay? So that's the first part of the equation there. And then look at this portion here. Do you see any pattern? It's always minus 2, right? Minus 2. And see the letters here, BC. BC. AC. So you have here AC. AB. So you have AB.
Whoa.
Okay? So we're looking into the pattern of making the equation. So that means you just subtract 2 and then the product of the sides on this A and B, A and C, and then B and C. Okay, so that's that part. And then next is multiplied to the cosine A, cosine B, cosine C. You notice this angle here, A. This is the angle opposite to A. B is the angle opposite to B. So that means your basis for the angle here will be the opposite angle to this side. C. Okay? Of course, it's always cosine because this is a law of cosine. So make sure to form the right equation. Let's have first an example on formulating the equation. We are going to use another letters like K, M.
Capital. Yeah.
Should be capital M, right? L. So this is M, L, and K. Okay. Let's make the equations here. Let's say I'm looking for K. So when you make the equation, you have always K squared equals. The other two sides are M and L, so you have M squared plus L squared minus, it's always minus 2. And then the product of these two here, ML, and then times cosine the opposite angle to K is capital K. So that's your equation. Okay. What about if we're looking for M squared? So what should be on the other side? K squared and L squared. Minus 2
K.
the product of KL times cosine capital M.
It's too much.
Do you see now how is the equation formed?
Yes, it's long.
It's long. Okay, one more. L. How about for L?
Same thing.
Exact same thing with
L squared will be
M squared.
M squared plus K squared minus 2 MK
Machine gun Kelly.
cosine L.
You know he's dating Megan Fox?
Let's have the first example. This one is the SSS case.
Go, Emma.
Okay. So we have their triangle ABC is
Oh yeah, let me do it.
we have the triangle ABC. Let's ABC. Small a is 660.
No, go faster by doing.
660. B is 680.
That was hilarious.
Are you okay?
And then C is 100.
That's not proportional.
Okay. Okay. Now, what will be your basis on making the equation? On which letter to use for the left side? Well, your basis will be the question. Because we're looking for the measure of angle B, so we will use the equation for B. B, what is the equation again?
B squared
Equals
A squared plus C squared
Still costs way too much.
minus
It's way too
2
much.
AC
Well, if you just got
times the cosine of capital B.
factor. So again, because we're looking for angle B, we will use the equation for B on the left side. And because we're looking for angle again, we're going to use the inverse later. Inverse. Okay. After the equation, just plug in the numbers. For B, it's 680. So you have here 680 squared. For A, it's 660 squared. For C, it's 100 squared. Minus 2. A again is 660. C is 100. Cosine. The angle B is not given, so just write it there. Okay. Now, we're going to simplify this equation. The left side, what will be the value of that left side?
4,602. 400.
462 400. 462 400. On the right side, you can immediately combine the A squared and C squared, but not with this negative 2. Okay, just the 660 squared and the 100 squared. And
That
Abby,
equals 445
600. Okay, right.
Oh, I'm not stupid.
445 600.
Your mom's stupid.
And then you can simplify from negative 2 to 100. 132.
Alright, space on.
Yeah.
Space on.
And then
200 negative.
cosine B. Okay. What do you do next? What we can do next is subtract 445,600 to both sides.
445.
And right now, what will be the equation? Did you get 36,800?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then on the right side, you have negative 132,000. Right?
Cosine B.
Cosine B.
So can you not do everything on the one side and then move it over?
No.
What do you mean?
Like you couldn't subtract 445,600 from 132,000 and then
No.
take that and then
You cannot subtract these two because of the cosine
so it's
B.
attached.
Yeah, it's attached to cosine B.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Okay.
And then what we can do here is just divide by negative 132,000 divide by negative 132,000 and express the answer in a fraction lowest term. Negative 46 over 165.
You know who I want to kill?
Oh my god, who?
Look.
Because we're looking for the
Deal or
B,
no deal?
you know B is an angle, so we should get the inverse
That's what I
of
watched.
negative 46 over
Did you know
165.
he's in Little Monsters? You know what that is?
So that gives us what value of B. Value here is 106 degrees.
Fascinating.
And that's the angle.
Yes.
Second example is for SAS case. So we have the triangle NOP. Oh, it's an O, okay? It's not a 0. P is 9.5. Side P is 9.5. N is 2.7. And then angle O is 35 degrees. Angle O is 35 degrees.
Nice. Now a side angle.
Wait.
Make me choose.
2.7 should be here because it's N, so 2.7 is here, and this is P. Okay, Pavel, what will be our equation? We're looking for the length of O. Length of O.
Small O.
Small o, yeah. So we should have O squared equals what?
N squared.
N squared. The other two sides will be N squared and P squared.
Minus
Minus what?
35.
No,
No.
letters first, letters. Minus the product of N and P. And
2
then,
NP.
yeah, and then cosine. The side is O, angle O here.
So
That will be our equation. Yeah, N times P cosine O. And then plug in the letters there. We don't have the value for O, but we have for N. What is N? 2.7 squared. For P, we have 9.5 squared minus 2. N is 2.7 again. Times the P is 9.5 again. And then cosine, what is O? 35 degrees. Now, if you notice, this right side are all numbers, right? So that means you just enter that long expression in your decimals and you should get a simplified answer. Don't simplify yet. We do the rounding at the final answer, but this one is not yet our final answer. What did you get? 55? 55.51750013. And how do you get the O? How do you remove that square? Square root. So get the square root. Square root of both sides. So what is O now? This is a tenth of a centimeter, so 7.4. 7.4? No, 7.5.
7.4, so it's 7.5.
Oh.
5.
7.
7.5 cm.
And you didn't even remember.